Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another episode of Why We Play the Game. I've got a huge collection. You guys have seen bits and pieces of it in my gaming library. I've got so many games that I'll probably never get to play, and yet every day I'm tempted by a new game, a new system, a new setting, a new opportunity for a whole new experience of gaming. And I've been mulling this about for probably as long as most of you guys have known me and longer. What I'm really playing the game for. Is it a new set of rules, or is it a new world, a new setting? And to be honest, most of you probably think that I'm just in it for a new world, a new setting, and for the most part you're right. But every once in a while I come across a new game that really gets me going. And our good friend Jade from Jade's Tabletop Tavern introduced me to Index Card RPG. And I was going through it last night, getting ready to make up my character for his one shot that we're going to run on Table Breakers. And I couldn't help but notice how much I was enjoying not just the setting, but actually the rules. It's a very streamlined game, and these days, with my opportunities to game getting bigger, I still want to get as much bang for my buck as I can by playing a game that I don't have to invest a ton of money and a ton of time reading. That's my big issue right now. I'm playing in a bunch of other games, AD&D and Pathfinder, and finding the time to really get stuck in and study the rules is becoming a bigger and bigger chore. I only have so much time in the day to read, and I try to read about 150 pages a day of something. And the more game rules I'm reading, the less time I have for novels or other things that I want to read. A lot of stuff of course online, and I'm really appreciating some of these game systems. I'm not going to include GURPS into that equation because that's GURPS. I played GURPS. I played it for a little while, but it was a never-ending conflict of new books, new rules, etc. And while I did play the heck out of Palladium, it for me it was just, maybe it was the timing, and it was easier to combine all the information and throw out a whole lot of it that was in each book because it was just repetitive. But last night, excuse me, Jade's recommendation of Index Card RPG really got me thinking that maybe there are a bunch of other games out there that are trying to accomplish the same thing. I know my friend Rick from 28 millimeter RPG also recommended a system, and for the life of me I can't remember it. Rick, when you see this video, let me know what the name of that one was, because I might be interested in at least getting the PDF, so I'm more likely to read it on my tablet than to go out and buy the book and eventually just leave it off to the side. I bought a couple of books lately, and I haven't gotten but 20 pages into them before I get distracted with something else. It really takes something really special to grab my attention and keep me focused. I've got a stack of half-read books that's over a foot thick, a foot tall, of novels and how-to books and survival guides and things like that. Solomon Kane, the Bolo series, just to name a few that I'm trying to get through. And every time I go to read, something happens and I get distracted. And of course, I had to watch the latest season of Blacklist, because that's one of my guilty pleasures. One of the few times I'll actually sit in front of a screen for more than an hour at a time to watch something on a bigger screen than my tablet. But I'm still always going to be a fan of the settings. If the setting is something I'm interested in, or it really grabs me, because that's really these days what it takes for me to get enthused as a new setting. Even if it's a sci-fi setting, there's so much opportunity for different experiences. I really am an explorer at heart when it comes to gaming and sci-fi, especially. That whole Star Trek line of brave new worlds, or whatever it was. Seek out new worlds and new civilizations. That's always been deep in my heart for what I love about science fiction and fantasy to a lesser extent. But there's only so many forests, swamps, and mountains that I can get enthused about exploring. Except when the family and I go on actual hikes and things like that, which is not very often, to be honest. It should be more often, but with the little guy's schedule, we haven't had the opportunity for things like that. So if there's a new setting that comes along that's got something really innovative and exciting and new, then that's going to grab me. Sometimes new races that might grab me too, but it's the new vistas, the new horizons, and the opportunity to discover things that or imagine, I should say, things that I've never seen before in real life, and probably never will. If you've got a suggestion of something like that, throw it in the comment section. I'd love to hear about it. Go ahead and if there's a new game you think I'd be interested in, knowing what you guys know about me, throw that in there too. But for the most part, I just want to ask you guys out there, what grabs you, what reels you in for a new game or a new experience at the gaming table. Is it a new set of rules? Is the chunky, crunchy aspects of the new games? Is that what brings you into a new purchase? I should really say, because that's what it really boils down to, is a new purchase. Whether it's your money or your time or your space on your hard drive, what brings you in? What brings you into a new system or a new game? Or is it, the new setting, the new races, the new worlds to explore, the new social or political environment? Is that what intrigues you? I'm dying to know what you guys think. What your newest shiny thing is that you've discovered that you can't wait to share with your friends and your family, your loved ones, all your gaming pals. What is it? What's got you by the shirt, and just drawing you into this hobby like never before. I'm really looking forward to Jade's game and all the other Table Breakers one shots, because each one of them does offer something new for the most part. I think only 2 of them are going to be traditional fantasy style games, and that's cool too. I'm playing in Bloodworth's AD&D game, and that's a lot of fun. But that's mostly a nostalgia thing, and I'm playing with a great bunch of guys and gals in that game. And I'm playing a wizard, magic user, for the first time in quite a while. I normally play different things. And it's a lot of fun, but I'm really looking more forward to games like Rick's Traveler game that I was in last week. That was just an absolute blast, and it was the opportunity for not just a new style of playing, or a new style, let's just call it that, but the opportunity for exploration and adventure in a place that I had no idea what I was stepping into. With a fantasy setting, you kind of know what you're going to see along the way: trees, bushes, rocks. That sort of normal earthy fantasy situation. Rarely do you go into a fantasy setting and expect to see green skies and multiple moons in orbit and things like that. But for me, that's kind of what I'm looking for. So what are you guys looking for? Let me know in the comment section below, or you guys got my email out there, or my Discord, or whatever. Love to hear what it is, especially if you're guys that I game with, or I'm going to game with in the future. That way I can kind of throw little tidbits in there for you to latch onto and get enthused about, because I'll be running a game later next year for the table breakers, and for those of you guys in table breakers, what are you looking forward to most? Is it really a new system, or is it a new world or new worlds? Until next time, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope to hear from you guys real soon. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye.